Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel today. As always, a very exciting day because we are checking out the new BABYMETAL song, Light and Darkness, which, it should prove to be quite the interesting one. I've heard some folks say that this is a bit of a slower one, a bit more, sort of a ballad kind of track, a bit more emotional, so, you know, I'm interested to see how this one comes out. I'm honestly, you know, I love the metal stuff, and I'm kind of hoping we get a bit more of the pop side of things with this song. We haven't heard quite as much of that lately, and I really do love that stuff from BABYMETAL. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what this track will turn out to be like. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, great vocals starting off. Like a solid drum beat there as well. Cool dance with this one as well, like the sort of, you know, I don't actually know what the word I'm looking for, so I like the movement with that. Yeah, just beautiful vocals. Interesting sound in the background, sort of a vibration kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but I'm actually really liking this. Great drums there. Great vocals again. A little bit of heaviness there with the guitar, nice. Oh, that's actually really nice. Oh, more get into some vocals, let's go, excellent. Oh, you love to hear it, love to hear it. Oh, some nice little guitar there. Electronic build up. Okay, nice little bit of guitar motion there, right before the chorus kicks in. Very nice. Did a piano there? I think. Yeah, but a piano in there. Very nice. Very nice. We're still hearing that little bit of a. It's like it does go kind of like that. If that makes any sense. I don't know how to put it into words, but it's a cool little percussive sound in the back. I am running low on memory. Oh boy. Let's hope it doesn't crash while the song's playing. Oh! Oh, little pause there, the music, little slowness before it crashes in. Oh, that was nice! It tricked me there. I thought it was gonna crash back down in, but no pause. Oh, powerful stuff. Great chorus to this one. Love that guitar there. Oh, good, great little drum moment there. Okay, actually a really solid ending to that one. Really solid ending. Yeah, that was a good song. I can see why people are a bit mixed on this one, but this, musically speaking, may actually be my favorite so far. But I am almost out of memory on the camera, so I'm going to fix that real quick, and then we'll be back into things. Okay, so got that fixed. Hopefully, we're not going to run into any other issues while filming this. So let's dive into the lyrical analysis. And what I'm seeing with this song is essentially sort of building off of the, or continuing from the emotional state we were in the last track on the track list, Monochrome. Now, we don't have the full album yet, so I don't know full story-wise what we're seeing here, right? I can't tell if this is like a direct continuation of the story. With some of the lines, it's like I'm very interested to see where it goes with that, you know? But certainly as far as the emotions go, we're continuing, without spotting, continuing with some similar themes of sort of moving on from sort of the destruction and horrors in a really dark place, moving on towards healing and towards a better place. And a lot of good stuff in this, so let's hop into diving into the specific lines. So, right at the beginning, even the reality buried under the snow of sorrow, even my both hands dyed red by fault, assuming that is meant to be even both my hands. And as I hop into this, I should say, I just realized I forgot to say this translation is done by the same guy who did the translation in the last one, in Metal Kingdom. I forgot who that was, so name will be edited on screen, of course. Also, translation linked in the description. But this first line, even the reality buried under the snow of sorrow. So, great line right there. Very important that it's snow, because you think of these things that fall out of the sky, like rain, for example, can certainly do a number on the landscape, right? It can cause flooding, it can cause erosion and such, and it'll sure make things really wet, but it's not going to cover anything up, right? You can still see what's out there. Snow, that comes down, and if you have enough snow, you can't see what's underneath it. It's all gone. It's just that pure landscape. So the snow of sorrow burying reality is in their pain and grief. They're kind of losing track of what's really out there, if that makes any sense. And then after that, even both my hands dyed red by fault, just essentially an idea of guilt. Hands dyed red, of course, the idea of like your blood on their hands, which that's the line that really makes me interested how this is going to tie back into Monochrome and how that ties into the rest of the album and how the story really flows throughout this, because like, did they actually cause what happened in Monochrome? Maybe? Like, very interested to see what the story there is. Like, that could be very interesting. But just really that line is, for me, I'm specifically focusing on the idea of guilt within it. That they themselves are guilty within all of this. They themselves have made mistakes. They've done things. All of that. The second line, take me out to the place beyond oblivion, to the ideal world contented with affection. Just an idea of moving on to someplace new, the ideal world. It ties back in slightly, if memory serves correctly, to Arcadia. It's been a little while since I've listened to that song, a little while since I've looked at the lyrics, but to the best of my understanding, there's a similar idea within Arcadia. And just an idea of, like, moving past all these sorrows, all these horrors, all these issues, moving on to this better place, right? And ties back into that idea of light and darkness. So they're in the darkness and moving to the light. Then we have the chorus. I think this is the chorus. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's not listed what section is what here. But feeling corrupted, falling into a dream. It's night when light and darkness call for and harmonize with each other, drowning in a sea of rhythms. Even our memories are getting destroyed. This love is so mighty that never ceases. This love holds you so tight that never lets you go. So that idea of feeling corrupted and falling into a dream is, I think, somewhat ties back to the idea of reality buried under sorrow. It is falling into something that isn't reality. I'm not quite sure what to grab with that, but I think there's some good ideas buried within that. And then it's a night when light and darkness call for and harmonize with each other. Just that idea that you know, they are struggling with both the light and the darkness. They are coming together, and they are really building what's going on together. It's not like, oh yeah, things are super bad right now. Oh, things are super good right now. There's good and bad, right? And then even our memories are getting destroyed, and then before that, drowning in a sea of rhythms. Just the idea that in the midst of this, they're kind of losing track of everything. That they've kind of lost track of whatever this goal they're working towards is, going off of a vague understanding of the story, and it's just there's so much going on. There's so much to deal with. They're kind of losing track of it all. And at the end, this love is so mighty that never ceases. This love holds you so tight that lets you go. I'm from that getting an idea of just love and compassion and companionship and all that, making this bearable and making this something that perhaps is worthwhile going through this. Oh, this section we got some vocals from Moa on. Let me out, leap out of here, with struck by the rain of joy, let me go, right just now, let's dance through the night. I think just ties back into what we were getting in the chorus, just, you know, that these things are coming together, let's sort of accept this and go with this sort of, dance along to the rhythm that it was talking about, and let's do what we can to get out of this situation as well. Just different little ideas like that floating around in that one. This next line, I love this. Take me out to the place beyond oblivion, tied back into the idea of going on to that better place. Pulling the mask off that is filled with deceit right now. That line, pulling the mask off that is filled with deceit, really makes me think of the fantastic song by the Raven Age, Behind the Mask. If y'all have never heard that one, high recommendation. Also high recommendation for the acoustic version, A Look Behind the Mask. Both are amazing, but specifically the line, now I know all these treacherous secrets you keep, now my anguish is lifted from me, sincerity failed, only left deceit. And so essentially the idea in this song is, to overly summarize it, the idea that they're in this dark place, they're struggling, there's people reaching out to help them, but it's ulterior motives, and they're coming to realize that, and it's a question of, no, the people here trying to help me aren't doing it for me, they're doing it for themselves, they're not really here to help me. Is there any hope in this? And it's a question of, can I get out of this? Really good lyricism in that song, but that line, sort of the, in essence, tying to the discovery of this, of the deceit we're getting there, I think ties back into this. How that ties into the broader song and how that ties into the broader story, I couldn't say, but there's some really interesting stuff opened up with that, so very, very much looking forward to seeing how all of this fits together in the end, when we get the full album release, and when we get a better understanding of the story. Very interested to see how all of this ties together. But then we have another chorus, nothing really to point out with that one, and then another section. On a night almost flooded with sorrow, make this love of us warmed up, open to the door in a moment now. I'm seeing that as just like, within all of this sorrow, they did find the way out, something along those lines. Alright, final chorus, three things I want to point out. My mouse stopped working. I was trying to confirm that one of these things hadn't popped up earlier, and it did not want to work. So, the first line, getting corrupted even in dreams. The idea that even in this sort of more ideal, better location, there's still these issues creeping in. A night when hope and despair call for and harmonize with each other. A shift there, because very much makes the theme of this clear, that this mix of hope and despair. A hope for what is to come, a hope for something better to come, the despair of where you are now, the despair that this hope won't come, and those things really blending together, and trying to understand what is really going on. And then resounding forevermore, even our hearts are getting fulfilled. I think that's just tying in back to that idea of love and compassion and companionship and everything, that throughout all of this, they are growing closer together. The sort of this love is growing deeper, that kind of thing. So some great lyricism in this one, not quite as easy to figure out as some of the other lyrics we've had so far. I think this is one that as we get some more on the album, as we figure out how this pieces into everything a bit better, it's going to become clearer. But there's some really good just individual lines in here, and there's a lot of questions this raises that I am really interested in finding out the answers for. So yeah, some great lyricism in this one. Still, Monochrome has my favorites for obvious reasons, but some good stuff within this song for sure. Now, to talk about the music in this. Oh, it was fantastic. I can really understand why a lot of people didn't like this one, you know. I know people are like, oh, it's all pop now. It's not metal. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple folks saying that. And then I saw some folks like, oh, it's not fun. It's not cute anymore. And so I can understand the criticisms with both of those. I don't think those are fair criticisms because Baby Metal have always had some pop stuff in their music. And, you know, they have, there's an interesting comment I saw the other day. Someone's like, well, you're saying they've matured, but you can mature and still have the cute stuff. This is just the sound they're wanting to do. Now, so it's that idea. And honestly, like, this is a concept album. It's a bit more serious. So I don't think we're necessarily, like, seeing proof that they're not going to do the cute stuff anymore. It's just this album is a bit more serious. So I understand where both those criticisms come from, but I think they are a bit unfounded. This one, I really liked this track. May actually be my favorite so far on the purely musical level. So yeah, some good stuff. But to dive into the individual elements, starting off with the vocals, I mean, they were fantastic. Sue Metal's vocals were amazing. It was great. Some of the ones in the past have had a slight, like, electronic distortion. Really cool sound with that. I've actually really liked that. I think it creates an interesting sound. I think it actually works pretty well with the music, but it's great to hear the more natural vocal sound. So I'm very glad we're getting a return to that. And then, not too much to say with them, but just some fantastic vocals in this from her. And then we got some vocals from Moa and, like, the Let Me Out section, whatever that one was. I don't know what to say on that, but man, it was great to hear some great vocals from her. We haven't heard much of that in a while, so it was very happy with that. Very happy with that. So yeah, vocals in this one, I don't necessarily have as much to say with Oh, I do have one more thing to say. A lot of emotion with the vocals, which we've been lacking a little bit so far, so very happy about that. Very happy about that. I talked a bit about in the Monochrome review, like, this lacked a little bit of an emotional punch. We got that emotional punch in here. Just a shame that it was lacking in Monochrome, but I'm very glad that we did get a bit more of that emotional level. It reminded me a bit of The One, and, some other song I'm thinking of that has similar sort of emotional levels, so just very glad to hear that return. The guitar in this, oh, it was nice. It wasn't too heavily used because this did have more of the pop and electronic focus, but what we got was just perfection, right? It hit hard, but it wasn't overwhelming. We had some good little movements with it. We had some riffs. We had some more melodic stuff, but nothing going too crazy. Really blended well with the rest of the music. A little hints of some heaviness from time to time, but not going like full on into breakdown or whatever. So really, really interesting guitar in this. Really well utilized guitar in this. Really liked that. Bass, didn't notice it too much. Could feel it a little bit. It was solid. Nothing to say on it, but it was all right. Drums, really nice. We had some electronic percussion, just basically just some solid beats, and then the one that has sort of that vibration, motion kind of thing that I was talking about. Still don't know what words to use to describe that. Those are cool, and then like the proper drum set, really nice as well. So great percussion in this track. And then, I mean, the electronic elements, oh, I really liked that. I really liked that. There's some song it made me think of that Baby Metal have done. I'm not grabbing what one it was, but I really liked that stuff. I think that really helped build up the emotion we were getting from this. So yeah, the electronic stuff in this, really nice. Really nice. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in this one. I don't think there was, but, yeah, they're just a great song. We had a fantastic chorus. Might actually be my favorite off of this, though. Honestly, that chorus in Divine Attack, still a banger. Need to go back and listen to that song some more. It's been a little while, but that chorus still a banger. I think this one may be my favorite, though. Like I said, we got Moa got a chance to shine in this vocally. That was nice. The choreography in this one, don't really talk about that too much, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Had a couple of moments in there that I really liked. So all in all, I think it is going to boil down between the singles we've had so far, between this one and Metal Kingdom for my favorite. Of course, Metal Kingdom, a bit more on the metal side of things. This one a bit more on the pop side of things. So it boils down to, really, I guess, what I'm in the mood for which one is my favorite. But, really liked this one. Definitely top 3. But my favorite in general off of this so far is still Monochrome. But that's really because the lyrics and the meaning hit so hard for me. This one, if we're talking pure music, I think this one is right up at the top. And, yeah, just some great stuff with this track. Nice to see a bit more variety on the album. You know, we've had a little bit of variety so far, but this one really bringing in something new, something different, so very happy about that. Bringing in some emotion, really happy about that. And, lyrically, like I said, it asks some questions, opens up some questions that I'm very curious to get, very much wanting to get some answers for. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing where things go with that as well. So yeah, all in all, fantastic song. But I don't have anything more to say on the music, so y'all know the drill. It is time to select the next reaction. We're up a little bit because Atarashi Gakko just had a new song come out. Bandmate just had a new song come out. And I feel like there's another thing I just put on here as well, but I'm forgetting what it was. But let's give it a spin and see what we get. I'm not actually sure what sound I'd like to go for next time. If I went the pop or the metal or what. WR1, that is, very, very happy about that. Wagamama Rakia, that is one of their live performances. I'm drawing a blank on which track it is. I want to say it's Jinx, but don't quote me on that, right? It's either... You know, it might be Bite Off. It's one of the tracks off of Onyx, I know that much. But yeah, Wagamama Rakia, great group. I haven't checked out any of their stuff, like, as a group on the channel yet. But I have checked out some stuff that Minami from Wagamama Rakia has been involved in. And I just recently checked out Miri's solo track, Who I Am. So, we've got a little bit of experience with them on the channel, so yeah, this is very excited about this. Not necessarily what I would have chosen to do next, but no complaints about this one. So yeah, very excited about that. But that is going to do it for the video, so thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts of the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music video so you can go check it out, support the artist. Link to my Baby Metal reactions playlist, or my Baby Metal videos playlist, my rock and metal reactions playlist, and my Japanese music reactions playlist, so you can check out some similar content from me. And links to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my Linktree, which has all my other stuff in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.